2025 is almost over and you're still blowing prop firm challenges without ever getting funded or making a payout. But that changes today. Prop firms are one of the best opportunities that have ever existed for traders. You don't need $100,000 sitting in a broker account anymore. You just need to prove that you can trade. And if you can do that, and with just a few dollars, you can access to huge capital. My name is R. I have been trading for 6 years now. I have the $700,000 in funded capital and got 6 figures in payouts. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get funded before 2025. From risk management, how prop firm works, to understanding why getting funded too early can destroy you. By the way, I just launched my exact cheat code to getting funded for just $10. Everyone who grabs it before 2025 ends gets exclusive access to something special I'm doing at the end of the year. And I'm also giving away $50,000, 10 accounts. Click the link in the description for the full details. Before even thinking about buying another challenge, you gotta ask yourself one thing. Are you actually profitable? And I don't mean have you had a few good trades. I mean, can you take 20 to 30 trades and still end up positive overall? Because if you can make money on a small personal account, you're not gonna suddenly become profitable on a prop firm account. The only difference is you'll blow up faster. The prop firms are not your shortcut, they are magnifier. If you're disciplined, they'll scale your profits. If you're emotional, they'll expose every single weakness you have as a trader. So before risking another $500 on a challenge, go back to the basics. Trade a demo or a small personal account for a few months. Track your results and see if your system actually makes money. Because if you can do it with $1,000, you don't do it with $100,000 either. Look, I get it. We all want to skip to the funder stage, but you can skip experience. Passing a challenge doesn't mean anything if you don't have consistency. So instead of trying to get funded first, try to trade like a funded trader. Focus on process, not payout. Once your strategy starts printing profit consistently, then go grab the challenge and scale it up. So what kind of risk management actually works for passing these challenges? Let me show you the pros and cons of each approach, because everyone thinks they have found a secret, but in reality, it all comes down to how much you're willing to risk. Basically, there are two ways to reach to the funder stage. You either go all in and risk big, or you play it slow and safe. Both can work, but both can also destroy you if you don't know what you're doing. Let me explain. If you risk 3 to 4% on a single trade and you catch a 1 to 2 setup, you can literally pass a $100,000 challenge in 1 or 2 trades. It feels amazing when it works, but if those 2 trades go wrong, you just blew your entire challenge fee. So yeah, it's fast, but also super expensive in the long run. On the other hand, you can play it super safe. Risk 0.5% or 1% per trade. You'll last way longer and protect your capital. But it'll take time, maybe 2 to 3 months to pass if you stay consistent. Here's how it actually looks in numbers. If you risk 4%, 1 win, and you pass phase 1 instantly. 2 losses, you're down. If you risk 2%, 3 to 4 wins to pass. 5 losses to fail. If you risk 1%, you need around 4 wins to pass. But you can take up to 10 losses before hitting drawdown. So if you risk 0.5%, you can lose 20 trades in a row before failing. But it might take 15 to 25 trades to pass. So which one works best? Honestly, all of them do, depending on where you're at. If you've got some money and you can afford to take risk, going aggressive can make sense. But if you're just starting out and don't have much capital, take it slow. For me, when I had no savings, I play it super safe. 0.5% to 1% risk. Now that I've built a cushion, I go more aggressive because I can handle a few losses. But understand it, if you jump into prop firm challenges before you're ready, you're not trading. You're just a charity to the prop firms. Most traders don't fail because of bad strategies. They fail because they don't know how to handle risk. They overtrade, they revenge trade, or blow the account after getting funded. So if there's one thing I've learned from my 6 years of experience, it's not about how fast you pass. It's about how long you can survive. Let's talk about how prop firms actually operate. If you don't understand it, you're just gambling blind. Prop firms and most of their money is when traders fail. That's not shady, it's just how the business works. They sell challenges, and for most people, that fee never comes back. Only a small portion of traders ever pass and get to the funder stage. So when you buy a challenge, there are 2 possible outcomes. You pass or you fail. If you pass, you get a funded account, trade properly, and can withdraw profits. But if you fail, your entry fee stays with the firm. That many years, but allows them to pay the traders who succeed. Basically, the system is weighted to a failure. That's why 95% of traders fail and only 5% of traders ever make it to the vendor stage and get payouts. Some pro firms can be trickier than others. I've seen stories where trades get extra slippage more than you normally expect just to make failures happen faster. Most pro firms end out to sabotage you, but the stretch out is always in their favor. This is the important part. Once you understand how they make money, you can work with the system instead of against it. You can plan your risks, your strategy, your trades in a way that stacks the odds in your favor instead of blindly losing your challenge fee. A lot of people underestimate how powerful small accounts actually are, like those $10,000 account, $25,000 accounts, or even $50,000 accounts. But honestly, they are the perfect student. You can test your strategies, see how you handle pressure, and prove that your system actually works in prop firm trading before going bigger. Once you pass those small accounts and get your first payout, you can invest that profit back into buying a bigger account, because now you don't just prove that you can trade, you prove that you can manage risk and stay consistent. For example, if you pass that $25,000 account and can pull steady profits for a couple of months, go for a $50,000 or a $100,000 challenge. That way you're building confidence and adapting your mindset as your account size grows. Most traders fail because they jump too fast. They double or triple their account size without realizing how different the psychology feels when you're risking way more per trade. So scaling properly means you earn your way up, step by step. Treat every new funded account like a level up, not a shortcut. Listen, you're probably not going to pass on your first try or your second, maybe not even your third or fourth. Some traders need 5, 6, or even 10 attempts to get to the funded stage. For me, it took me like 20 attempts to ever make it to $900 payout. And that's fine. That's just how it works. You're figuring out the system, learning to manage risk, and building the skills that you actually need to survive. And it's not about getting funded. It's not about withdrawing payouts. It's about how long you can survive in this trading game. If you can survive long enough, you'll make it, no doubt. Once you do pass one funded account, everything changes. A $100,000 funded account paying at $2,000 a month can easily cover the money you spend on all the fake challenges in just a couple of payouts. So stop rushing for a shortcut. Focus on trading smart, being consistent, and surviving the process. Passing slowly and sticking with it beats burning through accounts first every time. You might think the goal is to pass as fast as possible, but you know what I've noticed? Getting funded too early can actually mess you up. Sounds weird, right? But I've seen it happen a lot. A trader catches a few lucky trades, passing the challenge, and suddenly, boom, they're funded. The problem is they never built emotional strength. They never went through the real pressure. And now they're holding a big account without having real control. So the moment they hit a small drawdown, they panic. One bad trade turns into a spiral. They start second guessing everything. It's kind of like letting someone drive a supercar before they even know how to handle the normal traffic. They're gonna crash eventually. And when that happens, it's not just money they lose, it's confidence. That one takes forever to rebuild. So yeah, if you're chasing funding, make sure you're actually ready. Don't just rely on a few lucky weeks. Build something that can hold up even when the market gets tough. Because early success can trick you. It feeds your ego and you start thinking, I got this. And you stop improving. Then the market changes and suddenly you're lost. I've seen traders go from big payouts to blowing accounts after accounts because they got too comfortable. They were winning from momentum, not mastery. That's the danger, thinking you are skilled when you just got lucky. And once the ego kicks in, it gets worse. And remember, ego is your enemy. You start caring more about looking like a funded trader than actually trading well. You avoid stops, you over leverage, and you try to prove something. That's when the countdown starts. So if you really want to stay in this game, forget the title, forget the payout, just stick to your plan, trade smart, and keep your head down. Listen, I've blown more challenges than I can count. But every single one taught me something. The only reason I'm still here is because I stopped chasing quick wins and started focusing on staying consistent. So don't rush the process, take it slow, get better, and use every failure as a setup for your next Fanatic account. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe. I'm dropping more no BS videos like this every week. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.